Good to go. Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. I love it. This is my favourite part of the farm. And I said that to Steve right from when we purchased this. The first time I walked up here, there was nothing here. It was just a hill. You know, the beautiful big old trees, they'll be a couple of hundred years old, these gums that are here behind us. And you know, even on a windy day, it's still fairly protected up here, and the yearlings have room to grow. I don't know how many times I've sent through a little video to the boss. You know, it's the same image, but every time I go over, it takes your breath away as you look at this beautiful landscape. It's just incredible. So we're just up the top of Silverdale Farm here. This is where we rear our yearlings, so where we bring them after they're weaned. As you can see, we've got pretty large open paddocks, undulation. It's crucial that we are producing, you know, racehorses, athletes. So we want to make sure that they're reared in big groups and as naturally as we can, and we want them to be fit and putting down bone, and that'll enable us to present them in the best possible way, but more importantly, we'll be able to produce an athlete. Farm's approximately 230 acres. We purchased 70 acres about 12 months ago, which is where we rear our yearlings. You know, when we first purchased this bit of land, you know, it's nearly 40 acres up here on this side, and Steve said, how many paddocks do you want up here? And I said, 2. Let's just split it up the middle, and colts one side, fillies the other. The horses have got plenty of room to move, and it's away from the farm too. It keeps the yearlings a little bit separate, which is good. And we've got feeding pens, which is a little bit different to how a lot of people do it, but it just enables us to provide an individual feed for each horse, depending on what they need. And then we go along, so we've got a feed sheet, and you dip her in exactly. So it means, you know, you can be tweaking a diet to an 1/8 kilo. You know, on larger farms it's a little easier, where they've got, you know, they might have multiple paddocks of colts and fillies, and they'll grade them according to size and condition, things like that. Where for us, with only a smaller number, you know, we can make sure that, oh mate, that's a bit heavy, is getting a lighter feed, and someone that needs a little bit more can have a little bit more. It also enables us to adjust our diets before they come into prep, so they're acclimatised to some of the things that we'll be putting in, the size of the feeds, a bit of oil, and that can all be happening out here in the paddock before we bring them into the barn. It's one less bit of change for them. So all the water that we use here on the farm, it's spring water that's filtered down through the country, and then we collect it, and then that's the water that these horses are all drinking. So we're very lucky. Look, it's only our early days for rearing the yearlings up here, but we're confident it's going to be, you know, play a big part in us producing sound, tough athletes. We're fortunate that Steve is passionate about getting things right. Above all else, things have been designed to work well with the horses, safety for us and for the horses. Very practical farm. These are our grass yards, our grass turnout yards. So yearlings hand walk first, then onto the walker, and then straight after the walker they're out here into the grass yard. So normally they're out here by about 7 o'clock, and then they spend the rest of the day out here until 3:30, 4 o'clock when they come in and into the barn. So the grass yard portion of the prep is incredibly important, you know, to keeping them happy and letting them burn off a bit of steam, yeah, and treating them like a horse. You know, as a young farm, we want to produce athletes. Yeah, it's important for the business that we are able to sell our yearlings for good money, but more importantly, we need to produce athletes, racehorses that are sound and strong and tough. And so this year we're taking 9 quality yearlings to the Inglis Premier Yearling Sale, and a draft that I'm really excited about. 2 colts, 7 fillies, and I'm really excited. We've assembled a quality draft, and yeah, we're looking forward to getting down there. So this is a lovely quality filly by Done Deal from Courageous Kitty. So she's a full sister, Courageous Kitty, to Anahid. And this mare's already thrown Intrepidatious, who's won close to $400,000. She's twice stakes placed now. She ran second up in Brisbane in the Bright Shadow. We sold a deep field out of this mare for $750,000. He's showing a lot of promise. He's a 2-year-old. And the mare's got a deep field on her at the moment. Family we've got a lot of faith in. She just keeps producing these beautiful types, and we're really excited to be taking her down to the Melbourne Premier. Yeah, lot 497. I'm Invincible filly from Endine Rose. So she's a Group 1 placed and Group 2 placed Silverdale mare. This is her second foal. The first foal was by Russian Revolution, which we sold at the Melbourne Premier Sale last year to Michael and Richard Friedman. She's a beautiful quality filly. The mare's got an outstanding deep field filly on her, and she's back in foal to deep field. So this is lot 50. This is a deep field filly from the Sebring Stakes placed mare Lipizan. She went early. She was a city winner at 2. She also ran second in the Woodland Stakes at Scone. She won nearly $200,000, this mare. This is the second foal from Lipizan. First foal's Vaderzan, trained by Gary Portelli. We sold at the Inglis Classic Sale last year, and he ran in the Inglis Millennium. This mare's doing a really nice job. Love this filly, looks fast and early, and she's on the back of this filly, she's back in foal to deep field now. Inglis Premier Sale, a good strong sale. They do a very good job of getting all the buyers there. We feel if you take quality down there, you can achieve good results. Last year we took a $100,000 deep field filly that we bought at the Weanling Sale in Sydney, and we offered her. She made $440,000. So, you know, you take the right article and you'll be rewarded. I've got 9 of the right article, I feel. And so hopefully we can have a really good sale.